Alright, we're running level 1 loot scroll. I'm doing a Biraghi Den test booster, but with like full human damage. I say test, it's more just for like lols. I have a ton of like videos of me grinding different grind spots, kind of for people, but also for my own posterity to like be able to look back on. Like I kind of wish I had videos of me grinding like years ago to see how the game's changed and how much money. You know. Anyway, so I've stacked an ass ton of human damage, as much as I think I can reliably run. And because, well, actually, as literally as you said it, Biraghi is very good for the yellow shards. So obviously, if this turns out to be like super speed, if it's not, then whatever, I guess. But at the very least, this is probably the fastest you can run it, short of running a steel dagger or sorry, green offhand. So I have the Manos Ruby Ring. So yeah, to review, we have Manos Ruby Ring, which is plus 15. It took me fucking ages to get that shit to try, dude. It was cursed. I have Blight Lightstones. I have my Succession Crystal build, which gives an extra 56 human damage. In total, we're actually running 129 extra damage to humans specifically, which bypasses the AP cap. We have a house buff that gives plus 6. I'm not sure if there's a better one. We're about to run Elixir of Indignation. That's plus 25. Very expensive to run here, but well, it's not horrifically expensive to be fair. Actually, it's like it's not as bad. It's just kind of harder to get, I guess, unless you make it yourself. So that's what we're gonna be doing to start off with. It's not like big stonks grind. I actually don't even know the rotation here. I probably should have figured that out before. Whatever, it's fine. I'm just gonna wander around. Should I do this spot or should I go to the back? Maybe it's better if I go to the back. Oh, they stun you. That's actually really annoying. The last time I was here, I was at the back. I don't know if this, like... I feel like I'm going to get stuck and lost if I stay in this rotation. At least I know where I am in the back. We'll start from here, though, actually, because we can use this to loop into the back. Okay, all right, so pets are not out. Pets are now out. This is what we want to run. Elixir of Indignation. What's that? Oh my god, they knock you down as well. It's not like an Elvia spot to have so many CCs. PA is obsessed with Elvia. Wow, where can I place the tent? Alright, let's rock and roll. Yeah, I mean, I guess I should probably do like a little bit of this grind just to compare the damage before and after. Okay, we already have a weapon. I think now our biggest limitation is going to be pet pickup speeds. I really don't know how the boss mechanic works. I assume it spawns the big boy. How much loot is on the ground, man? I kill way too fast. But how much I could just do this the whole time. Hey, Shampoo, what's up, man? Just realized I put the keys on the screen, but because I'm streaming this and not recording it, nobody will see that. First day back home. Nice. Don't know where you were, but nice. Nah, that's not where we want it. Hang on. Oh, you were in Japan. Actually, I do remember that. Oh, God, I hate this so much, man. The UI is so pain, bro. I'm not even going to get this in time. Oh, I did get it in time, actually. Wow, what a soundtrack. Problem is with it being there, you can't really see anything. I think it has to be like a little bit higher up over here. I think it's the only way it can go. There you go. Can add a little bit of extra trash per hour on the end of that if you want. I don't have the node here, by the way. Is it faster to go down here, maybe? So we have 252% drop rate without a node. Basically. You're running out of skills. Don't know if it's worth going all the way down here, though. Rip. This would definitely be better with Succession. Just don't have the AoE on Awakening. To be fair, I also don't have the pet speed for this. so much loot everywhere, dude. I mean, I have max pets, like tier 5s, all tier 4s. They just do not keep up. I do actually need shards unless I'm able to buy it for my earrings anyway. The pen earrings I want. So eventually I'd either need to grind this or Nagas. Yeah, I'm saving up right now to buy pendons. And I'll either buy 1 and then work on Pendeboreka, or buy 2 and work on Pendeboreka. You know, for all that uncapped PvP content that's available in Black Desert at the moment. Oh, I only just started. Oh, well, I would have had a lot more money, but I've been working on the Tier 10 Doom horse, and that saving up like almost 40 attempts for Tier 10 Doom is not a cheap endeavor. So that ate a lot of what I would have had. Had I not cared about Doom horse, I would have. I guess I'd be on like 80 billion or something, maybe more. It'll be worth it though. I mean, it'd be really cool to like Doom horse gets released and I immediately start like smashing tons of attempts, rather than like have to wait so long. Yeah, well, that was the point. Like, I thought it would be like kind of like excruciating if I wasn't prepared and the horse was released. Apparently, I didn't have a. Well, I actually almost never come here. I think I've done an hour before now of this. I don't even know how this alert thing works that keeps popping up. I assume it spawns the boss, but who knows, man. I need like tier 10 pets for this, you know? What I would be curious is I felt like I was clearing really fast before I got the weapons, and I'm wondering whether like my kill speed, how much it actually slows down when the weapon fades in 5 seconds. But yeah, I only have like 13 billion. Okay, there we go. It's definitely slower, but it's not horrendous. Yeah. Well, I mean, you get a lot of money in events, dude. You could AFK your way to like really good gear. And then I'll start prepping a DR set, yeah. So I have a full DR set. I mean, I have pen bags from the Magnus, so I just like turn those into Dawn's gloves, which is super easy. I know I could swap mine, but like if I want to swap to DR in the middle of a fight, obviously I need the bags to already be, or the gloves to already be accuracy. So I'll just make 2 of them. Okay, it's kind of inefficient. I need to really be careful how many sides I'm clearing at once. Oh yeah, red nose. 100% faded. If you don't have a pen chest, get a red nose. Like, even if you're like, oh, but I wanna make Fallen God myself, it's fine. Get the pen red nose, sell it at base Fallen God, easy peasy. Then buy the upgrade level of Fallen God you actually want. Otherwise, yeah, like, just make it. Okay, so Biraghi just appears wherever you are, I guess. Oh, I didn't have knowledge? I'll take that. You don't have to drop it. You just buy it. Flame of Despair is very cheap. Yeah, buy it on the market. Type Flame of Despair. Then your helmet is Labresca, so that's Flame of Frost. I think I'm just going to drop off the side rather than try to come back this way. I wonder what Monastery's AP cap is. And whether it's like 30% or 70%. Are you asking if I'm grinding here because I have a new accessory, or what do you mean? No, Abandoned Monastery. I know Bloody Monastery will be 5% because it's Elvia. No, not yet. I'm grinding here for a video. Testing excessive amounts of human damage versus this grind spot. It's 490. Okay, so you will probably don't want to sacrifice too much AP. If it's 70%, then. Got stuck on things. What's the best here? Fire? Baltara, right? Surprised the AP cap is. I know it's 5%, but like it's so high. $753. This is going to be one of my grind session uploads that I've done on YouTube, Twitcher. Only this time I'm doing it on Twitch instead of doing it by recording it. Mostly because I had a lot to talk about. So I figured that would just be easier to do it on stream. Oh damn, I just lost 10% grind buff, drop buff. I mean, I do need these shards eventually. If I ever make my my own cups again, like I have all the other shards, so I just. Oh, actually, no, earrings. So earrings need the blue ones as well. I don't know if I have any spare blue ones left. Oh, maybe. Maybe I'd have to grind Fogans then. Shit, I didn't think about that. Too many like random stumps along this road. They felled too many trees. Hey, Tommy. Yeah, sure, you can ask me about the mansion. I'm making a video, Ducky, on the spot. So, say hi to YouTube. I wanted to add a pay to win floor and wall, but apparently it doesn't show up in the menu. I haven't done a pay to win one. I had one that they gave us. Maybe that was pay to win anyway. But my mention floor has that. Oh, you found it. Okay. All right. Wow, look, I'm really good at helping people with things. It's okay. That's something I've done once, so it would have been really hard for me to recall what to do without seeing the menu itself. But yeah, basically, Duck, this is kind of inspired by you somewhat. You know how you were like going for your special set for Hex Sanctuary because you have so much gear? I'm kind of doing the same thing here, but I'm using a Manos ring, Manos Ruby ring, instead of the one you're using, Topaz, I think you're... So I have like a metric ton of human damage. So the kind of point of this video is to just like run a somewhat of a test just to see how much human damage I can reliably run here and how effective that can be, and yeah. I need better pets for this, to be honest with you, though. So I'm not really sure how much you could really pump this up, because you're just going to run into pet issues. Well, for Hex, yeah, because you get the extra monster damage, right? But technically, if you're like more than fine with the AP bracket, then the green one is way better. Green AP, right? But yeah, in your specific case, then Nesser actually is better. Whereas usually for Elvia, you'd go for a green. Of course, Cyniclus, more than fine. That's what the stream is here for questions and stuff. Well, it's not the only reason I stream, but I like answering questions, so go for it. I liked your video, though. It was pretty cool. How did you get the Splendids, though? That's my big question. Like, that wasn't a few Splendid. Like, you had quite a lot. Like, there must have been 5 or so Splendids you had. How did you get them? It's hard enough to get one Splendid. Are you sat there mass clicking Resplendents all the time or something? I don't like, how do you... You gotta do something first? Oh. Why don't you get yourself a sub, Cynical? So now I'm gonna feel real bad, Cynical, if you get hit with an ad from Twitch while I'm trying to answer your question. You should have given yourself one, man. I really appreciate it, though. Literally, okay, that's yeah. There you go. We'll just have to wait for him to get back. Should have gifted himself a sub. Yeah, Twitch is getting more and more aggressive with the old ads. Cynical, literally as you said that, I said you should have given yourself a sub, you know, because it would be really suck if you get hit with an ad. And literally as I said that you then typed that. I really appreciate you gifting a sub, man, but look after yourself first. Look after numero uno. Numero uno? Numero uno. But I do appreciate the gifted sub. You've done nothing but research Ranger for the last 12 hours. Oh, no. Okay, well, let's see what your questions are. I hope that can help. We're overweight. I think I don't have any of this trash in Heidel because I never grind here, so I'm just going to dump it all on Heidel with maids. If it took this long, that shouldn't be too heavy, right? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so since that video with Flannels, there has been changes to Ranger. Huge stamina nerfs to the class. They changed Spirit Haven entirely, so that skill doesn't behave like it did in that video. Instead, Spirit Haven is a forward movement skill that is an iframe into a super armor. So that's mechanically different. That is an improvement. Elven Rage now fast activates regardless, so you don't have to do an animation cancel to fast activate Elven Rage. Let's see what else has changed since then. Cold Blade has a knockdown on it now, so you have to be careful how you use that. Sorry, I'm trying to like go off of memory here on what they've changed. Yeah, you have to be careful with the stamina changes. They changed a lot of our stamina. A lot of skills that did recover stamina no longer do. Some skills that didn't even use stamina now use stamina, which is quite bad in mixed skirmishes and stuff. 1v1 it's mostly manageable, except for against very, very fast pressure classes. So the add-ons that's a good reminder. Regeneration is now tier 3 add-on. It used to be tier 2, so that's new. As for like the add-ons, yeah, I mean you're literally like you should always tailor your add-ons to how you are in the game. So wherever you're grinding, your add-ons should reflect that. Like I'm grinding a human damage spot, so I have PvP damage add-ons while grinding, whereas obviously grinding something like Gyphon, I would never normally do that. Oh damn, that mob escaped me. So you should always try to tailor your add-ons that way, but just make sure you always have regeneration and Nature's Tremble. as add-ons. You can still use Charging Wind as an... Whoa, that was a lag spike. You can use Charging Wind still if you want to as a third tier 3 add-on, but I don't really think it flows very well. We also have the Magnus skill now, which we never used to have, and it's not very good in a lot of situations, but in PvE it's okay because it flows quite nice after Squall Shot like that. It fast cancels out a Squall Shot. So you pair it with Squall Shot in PvE, but you would never really use it in PvP unless you were like literally trying to flex on people. I guess that's the only situation you'd probably use that ability. I am going to make a new updated video for Ranger Awakening. The problem is they keep changing the things. You know, there have been a lot of nerfs as well. So I'm kind of hesitant to make a video because those videos are very hard work, and I don't want it to be like immediately outdated because Pearl Abyss keeps making little tweaky changes. To give you an example, I could have made the video by now, but the reason I haven't is because of that exact fear, and it's been justified because legit, like, just recently Korea got Land of the Morning Light, and then paired with that update, Ranger had its PvE iframes changed, so that would have been information I had in the video and would now been outdated again. So I'm thinking that I might, instead of doing the traditional Ranger guides that I've been doing, I might change it so that instead we're looking at like I guess like little bite-sized guide, not bite-sized, but like smaller guides. Okay, so one guide that covers certain PvE, like early game PvE, then another guide that covers end game PvE, and then another guide that covers 1v1 and dueling, another guide that might cover like capped PvP or something, you know, like maybe split it up, and that way if something gets invalidated I might only have to like do a smaller video instead of like, yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at with that right now. Yeah, exactly. I mean, those videos really are a lot of work. And I do enjoy when I make it and, you know, I get like positive feedback and people are like, oh man, that really helped me and stuff. That is like a feel-good factor for it, but like, in terms of the amount of time that goes into those videos, I would need like some fat sponsor to make that worthwhile, because it's like putting in so many like hours and hours of work. I say hours and hours, it still sounds like maybe 5 hours. It's like more like, I don't know, 2 work weeks worth of work to finish a full video on that, if I do it right. It's a lot. And, you know, you only get a small amount of ad revenue from Twitch video or YouTube videos unless you're like big views. Like I said, I mean, I don't mind doing it because, again, I like helping people and stuff like that, but it just is a lot of work to have it be then invalidated because Pearl Abyss keeps making changes every 2 seconds. And like little niggly changes, you know, sometimes as well, which sucks. Like I said, I was attempted to blast a new video out the second they made all the reboot changes, and then literally 2 days later we got nerfed quite heavily. And then I think 2 weeks later we got nerfed again, or a week later. The niggly? Are you trying to turn that into a racist thing? It's a bit of a stretch. Never heard that term before? Evasion is fine, but you have to have a lot of gear. So I would say Awakening Ranger is tankier on evasion, but you need a lot of gear. Oh, that's definitely true. Yeah, the more people that have accuracy, they're, they are going to counter your build. Just like someone with like full human damage crystals and full AP blast would better counter a DR build. Ultimately, somebody's going to counter your build. If they couldn't, it would be very bad game design. I myself will eventually have both sets. I have evasion now, but like I'm going to have Dawn's gloves with DR as well. And then I'm going to eventually have Uragon shoes to run. And then I'll have like Kadri rings, Narc earrings and stuff like that. It's not too horrendously expensive once you're geared. I mean, just look at Ducky. The whole point of my specific evasion build is it's not pure evasion on its own. It's a lot of DR as well. Because of the exact reasons you're stating. I want to be able to tank. And these new crystals are going to help with that too. I'm going to get a ton of DR from the new crystals as well as evasion. So Striker is about to be even more terrifying. Zerker as well. Oh no, I agree, and nothing will ever get done about it. But yeah, I do think it's time Prolibus. If nothing else, if they do nothing else, they take a serious look at self-healing and the discrepancies between classes. Like, how can we have like even just like non-giga tanky HP classes can easily get like up to like 9k HP in Node Wars and Sieges on the uncapped side, and you have to pot your way back up to full. Like, in some classes, just, oh, let me just pop an SA heal and fully, it's like, there is a huge discrepancy on that. Obviously, when you are tanky DR-wise, especially, or even evasion, and you have a high HP pool, and then you can heal that high HP pool, and people are like, oh, please give us a higher time to kill. Yeah. Oh yeah, the amount of awakening Draconi is this. See, that's another class that's like about to be so scary with the new crystals. Like, it's obviously already like awakening Draconi is like the. I guess you could say awakening Draconi is like the end game player's Photon class, whereas like Megu is like the early game player's Photon class in PvP. I mean, not that we don't have Megus at like high gear score. Of course we do, but they have been nerfed a few times, and so people are like leaning away from it. Oh yeah, no. Anybody that I'm like, oh, Megu is still broken, and its damage is still obscene, especially when it's hitting you in a 1v1. But Draconia, and then with Draconia too, like you're gonna have a high-end level of DR on a Draconia, and then you throw in that super armor healing. Like it's very, very scary. Very scary. No worries. Oh, I think the Ranger Discord is decent, but there is some outdated stuff on there, I guess. It also suffers from what a lot of class Discord suffer from, is where there's like cliques that form within the Discords, people that like obsessively spend way too much time in the Discord. Yeah, I want double Pendonerings. I like to carry the accuracy threat. You know, so if I hit another evasion player, I can take them out. Awakening Ranger doesn't have the best kit in the game for anti-accuracy, but it has one of the better ones overall. You know, we don't have the class 5% passive that some classes have. We don't have, you know, the Valkyrie permanent accuracy buff for like whatever 15% or whatever it is for a full minute. But we do have enough in the kit with evasion debuffs, with self-accuracy on like Cold Blade. I mean, obviously Call of the Earth is a bit annoying once they nerf the timer on it. But... oh, no, God, no, I don't know. If I was DR, I'd PvP with Nuvrum. No, I PvP with Kudamon. There's plenty of ways you can run evasion, right? Like, one of the more common ways is running a green offhand. I have had a parrying dagger in the past, but I really like Kudam because I like the extra AP flexibility. I like the accuracy I get on it. It's only a minor amount, but it still throws in. One of my favorite parts about running Kudam is the actual 10% ignore resistance. While ignore resistance continues to be a ridiculous stat in this game, or sorry, resistance continues to be a ridiculous stat that shouldn't exist in this game, I want to be able to ignore it as much as I can. But then, of course, you can throw Garmoth on it. You get 10% special evasion, which is, you know, an underrated amount of tankiness as well. So, yeah. No, I only ever run my Nuver if I run Succession in PvP, which I don't do very often. But if I did, I'd run that. Well, it depends on your build, right? I mean, Pen Lunar, I would almost always run Pen Lunar as a DR player. Unless I was building DR full AP blasts, where I don't care about killing accuracy targets. Like, if I just gave up on killing accuracy targets reliably, then I'd probably run... you know, double Debos. Or no, sorry, Debo. Debo Tiebuck or whatever it's called, the new belt. I'd run that one. I can't click on your gear even if you link it right now, Cynical. Let me finish the grind and then I can look at any links. A lot of people surprisingly can watch streams from work. Pretty good. You're waiting 2 hours for a meeting. Listen, man. If there's no specific thing you need to be doing and you can watch a stream, why not entertain yourself? Yeah. If you're watching streams when you should be fully focused on work, that's different. But, like, there's absolutely no detriment to your production or productivity. Why not? Honestly, like, I need way better pets. And I have the best pets. That's true, but she's always been among the smoothest classes, which is why I've enjoyed her so much. She is probably easier to smooth out now than she used to be, so maybe that's what you're probably more noticing. Yeah, wait, that's true as well, yeah. Ranger, when you know how to play her, I mean, this is true for a lot of classes as well, but, you know, once you know what you're doing, she'll feel really clean. And that hits different when you're not playing something that's, like, basically plays itself. It's one of the more fun things about Ranger. Well, Suck Nova literally AI playing the game for you. I think Suck Nova is a really cool class, like, in terms of the idea of it. I love that it's just like a moving shield wall. I think that's pretty cool. It's just, it's a shame that the Novas don't really have as much control as they should have over the pet. And the way that the pet works is very, very unfun for people fighting the Nova. It is a chat GPT class, it's kind of true. It is probably, unironically, one of the easiest classes to rank on. Suck Nova, early on especially. What's remarkable about Suck Nova is just the raw fact that, like, it's so difficult to kill, but she does so much damage. If you're grinding very high endgame spots, Awakening Ranger is going to kill your wrists, unfortunately. The APM is really fun in PvP, but when it comes to PvE, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, some people will say opposite, but I'd rather just have an easier grind personally, but oh well. That being said, the high APM in PvE is fine if we had, like, bosses, and we may actually get that with the new region. Like, the advanced play styles and things like that, you know, if you're putting a lot of work into PvE, but you're killing, like, actually advanced bosses with mechanics, then it's not as big of a deal. It's just going in circles for hours when you have a high APM, that's not as fun. So we'll see how the new bosses are like. It's like, if we played WoW, and we could pour our characters into WoW, they would be pretty fun to kill bosses with, right? Because, you know, you'd be parsing against other players and things like that, seeing how well you can do. That's literally what the new region is all about, right? So the Biss costume. I really hate Ranger costumes, if I'm being honest. I like Warzek on her. The ghillie suit looks clean as fuck. She's probably one of the best looking classes in a Treant ghillie suit. Right now, if you type !gear, what I have is the Lemuria set you get from clearing Camisylvia, so it's not even a Pearl outfit. And I have it color-coded for my Tier 10 Pegasus. And I think it looks pretty cool. And that's not even a Pearl outfit, so... I think some of the best Ranger outfits end up being the ones that, like, you pair with, like, a hood. Like the Karlstein hood, Shadow Chaser hood. There's another one that I can't remember the name of. I don't, like, most of the Ranger outfits are just like a copy pasta of the same looking outfit. It's really disappointing. Do you know what I really want for range. I want like a full like edgelord outfit, man. Give me like some Sylvanas Windrunner looking shit with some skulls on it or something. You know what I mean? Like. Awakening is superior at almost all PvE. There are a few situations, say Serendia Elvia, where Succession can actually be better. And obviously early game PvE, if for some reason you're grinding Centaurs, but otherwise Awakening is superior. Yeah, I mean, Garmoth just isn't that reliable. Oh, we got a necklace. It's going to buff up the money from this hour. It's going to make the Garmoth look a lot better than it probably should do, but... Can you move permanently protected? In PvP, yes. Although if you're under a significant deal of pressure from more than one player, you're going to run out of stamina. But yes, you can. I think every class in this game is able to do it, which I don't agree with, by the way. I mean, to give Ranger credit, at least she doesn't move at 1,000,000 miles per hour while she is protected. But, yeah, every class is way overprotected. Yeah, in 1v1, yeah. Yeah, there's absolutely no reason you need... I mean, you can leave a gap if you want to, only because you want to give yourself a breather every once in a while if you're, like, the pressure isn't as hot, but... And by leave a gap, I mean, like, you know, someone's, like, backed off away from you, so you're just giving yourself a second to pre-buff or something, so you use Vine Knot and... I mean, Awakening Ranger's whole deal is that she kites people as they pressure her because she can't run away from anybody, which is, again, why you build defense on Awakening Ranger. Because you're going to take a lot of super armor damage and literally give nothing back. Like, you could run 340 AP on Awakening Ranger, and you're not going to throw any protected damage into people. It just isn't going to happen. Everything is combo. So all you really want to do is survive until you can achieve said combo, which means you have to get a CC, obviously. So, yeah. And there's a lot of classes, man. When I say move at 1,000,000 miles per hour, most people think I'm talking about Zerker, and that's true. Zerker is obviously one of the most egregious classes for, like, just ridiculous mobility. But, it's not the only one, man. The speed power creep in this game is outrageous. And yes, Zerker is one of the worst examples of classes that abuse that, but not the only one. Yes, Awakening Nova, ridiculous mobility. Although that is at least kind of its gimmick. But there are more classes that you're like, what the fuck? If you sent a lot of classes back in time, let's say to even just 2018, people would be like, what the fuck? To be fair, I always found it funny how, like, shield classes could always move very, very well. It's always like, wait, you're carrying this massive-ass shield. Like, look at Valkyrie when she wants to move. And she's got, like, this massive lance in her hand, a big-ass shield. And you're like, wait, what the... There's plenty of classes with unprotected movement still. That's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about protected movement chains. Or protected chains, excuse me. And every class is easily able to do that. Maybe aside from Suck Ranger, it's just... Shy. Has gaps. This man needs to give himself a sub. I don't mind if anybody uses ad block. If it works, I'm totally fine with that. I have no issue with you doing it. But it doesn't always work for people, unfortunately. Warrior is still mostly unprotected. Wow, I can't believe you could say that with, like, a straight face. You're lucky Zaffin isn't here to chew you out for that. Cynical, thank you, man. Welcome back. Sorry about the... I was going to say, we're almost at the end of this grind. I think you got hit with an ad at the beginning of this grind, didn't you? So, it's time.
Dragging the rerollers have small PvEs.
True, true. I appreciate that. I mean, we do get money from ads, but, like, the money we get from ads is not very good, to be fair. But we have no choice but to run them. Twitch doesn't give you an option to never run ads, because, you know. I just wish they'd give us, like, skippable ads, you know, like YouTube does. Oh, I haven't watched Twitch on mobile for a while. How are the ads different on mobile? Zaffin would not agree. He thinks most warrior players are like cringe and whine for no reason. But saying that warrior is mostly unprotected, I mean, come on. Alright, we're almost done with this. We'll be curious to see what trash per hour we're looking at. With Awakening. That includes me faffing around with the keyboard input window, which took me a little while as well. Oh, that's interesting, too. I didn't really know that's how it works on mobile. For Awakening, so you need Breezy Blade, Regeneration. Those are the two main ones. And then after that, you can put the Rabams on there. If you don't like putting the Shift X Z inputs, you can put the Rabams on there. I do that, but you don't have to. You need to now have the E-buff on hotbar because they changed the skill input for that. That's it. Other than Call of the Earth, that's it basically. Archer is horrendous for how many things you need on the hotbar. Yeah, Angel, the funny thing is, obviously, that's an April Fool's video, so I'm just only taking the piss with that video, but the math is correct. I did make over 700 million per hour at Pirate Island. Now, of course, you have to do what some people do where they do hour-long grinds, but they don't do hour-long grinds. They do 15-minute grinds and then multiply it by 4, right? Whereas I did that, and I happened to get a try ring. It could actually turn out, if I committed to the grind on high drop rate, it could turn out that you actually do get that as quite a consistent thing. I wouldn't be totally surprised. I always wondered about whether there was like a secret hidden spot you know, because the thing is, like, a lot of grind spots we used to grind, like in 2016, haven't been updated since. And they were designed for us to have like 100% drop rate bonus at most. And now we have like up to 300 or even more drop rate bonus. So I always thought that maybe there might be some spots that are like stupidly high money just by virtue of the fact that you can run giga high drop rate that the spots were never designed for. But yeah, no, I mean, the pirates thing is funny, but yeah. Archer's horrendous at everything? I wouldn't say that. Archer is fucking sick. Just has way too many skills on the hotbar. But yes, if the 15 minutes I did at Pirates was consistent for that full hour, it is over 700 million per hour. Which is hilarious. Performance-wise, I mean, if you're not behind your main race shooting people, your life is really hard. Oh, we're done. Sorry. It's an interesting thing to discuss. You're essentially saying the class is bad outside of large scale when you have a main raid, but that's literally what it's built to do. And unlike Suck Ranger, it does that better, plus does 1v1 better than Suck Ranger, so I don't know. But Archer fucking pumps, dude. It's, like, I don't really know why it hasn't got a better reputation for its large scale. It always outperforms Suck Ranger, so I don't know. And that's a class that people do respect. Yeah, my old tier 10 Pegasus. Soon to be 70. I can't wait for tier 10 Doom either, because I'm hella prepped for that big stream when tier 10 Doom drops. We're going to do like 40 attempts. I wouldn't say he gets destroyed at 1v1 by every class, but certainly mobility power creep doesn't help him and Suck Ranger. I don't think he's helpless in 1v1. Neither is Suck Ranger to a degree, but it depends on what you're fighting. Alright. Other classes do it better. I don't know. I feel like you'd have a hard time. Okay. Apparently I can't have all that trash on at once, so... That's the trash I got despite messing up with my thing for like an hour. What's the word I'm looking for? So the average trash here with blue is that. Suck Ranger average trash is number 1 here at 7, so we beat that. Right, I need... That's not it. We want grind tracker. There we go. Oakley dokely. So 11,928. So I get it would have been 1,200 if I didn't fuck around with my trying to put my keyboard on the screen. We got 164 and 154. What is it? Oh, it's crystals. 6 crystals. And then 17 narc thingies. One of these. How many shards? We got 11 shards. But oh, by the way, was I supposed to use a key? I don't think I got a key. Oh, I got 1 key. Oh shit. I didn't do that, my bad. Does that count as money? Am I supposed to go do that? I don't know. I'll put... Wait, which key did I get? Is it that one I have, or is this one? Glimmering treasure key, that one, I think. Yeah. Yeah, go use the key. Well, let's just fill this in, and then we'll go back and use the key. How about that? Trace of hunting, 82. 7 of these. So 554. That's with a narc. Or sorry, a moon split nail, not a narc. Is that everything? That's everything, right? How many bosses did you kill? 4? Or 3 or 4? You should get a boss every key. Jesus. Really? I got really unlucky then. I only have the 1 key, I think, unless I'm missing it. I only see this one. I have these ones, but those not the right ones. It's just this one. Oh well. So the answer to whether you should do Biraghi is really based entirely on whether you think it's worth it or not. For 11 shards an hour with how fast I killed. Let's go do the key thing, though. To be honest with you, it seems to me that you might as well just do Nagas for the shards than Biraghi. I mean, I did that with 129 human damage unbuffed, and then with this plus 25, so 154 human damage, I think I had.